This is the Weekly Roundup here on EAC News Channel. Your look back at the past week in the Kingdom of Wonder. A very good evening, I'm Darshana Gauchan. On Monday morning, the Cambodian Senate President Sai Chum embarked on an official visit to Vietnam, accompanied by a high-level Cambodian delegation. Senate President Sai Chum and his delegation will be in Vietnam for a 3-day official state visit from 24th to 26 October 2022. The official visit is being made at the invitation of the National Assembly President of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, Vuong Dinh Huê, and is intended to strengthen the friendship, solidarity, and cooperation between the people of the two countries and between the Cambodian Senate and the National Assembly of Vietnam. The visit is also part of the year-long joint celebrations of the 55th anniversary of the establishment of Cambodia-Vietnam diplomatic relations. The Cambodian Senate President is scheduled to pay a courtesy visit to senior leaders of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, including the Secretary-General of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Vietnam, Nguyen Phu Trong, the President of Vietnam, Nguyen Xuan Phuc, the President of the National Assembly of Vietnam, Vuong Dinh Huê, the Prime Minister of Vietnam, Pham Minh Chinh, and other senior Vietnamese dignitaries. Prime Minister Hun Sen has sent a message of congratulations to Chinese President Xi Jinping for his re-election as the General Secretary of the Communist Party of China for a third term at the recent 20th CPC National Congress. In a letter addressed to Xi Jinping dated Sunday, 23rd October, the Prime Minister wrote, "On this auspicious occasion, I wish to extend, on behalf of the Cambodian People's Party, my heartfelt congratulations to Your Excellency. I would also like to take this opportunity to offer my sincere felicitations to all leaders and members of the CPC for the successful conclusion of the 20th CPC National Congress, which will provide a new momentum to building China into a great modern socialist country." The Prime Minister applauded China's great success in poverty alleviation, technological innovation, scientific progress, and the building of socialism with Chinese characteristics, which he attributed to Xi Jinping's leadership and said has benefited not only the Chinese people but also the world at large. In terms of bilateral relations, Prime Minister Hun Sen said Cambodia and China have enjoyed growing bilateral ties and all-round close cooperation, mainly due to the friendship and cordial relations between the CPP and CPC. He further wrote, "Over the years, the CPP and the CPC have forged their ironclad friendship, which has constantly advanced Cambodia-China bilateral relations for the interest of the peoples of the two countries." The Prime Minister concluded his letter by saying that he looks forward to continuing working closely with Xi Jinping to further strengthen the friendship between the two parties and to take the Cambodia-China Comprehensive Strategic Partnership of Cooperation to a new height. Prime Minister Hun Sen has called on citizens to work together to protect the peace and territorial integrity of Cambodia. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Speaking at the distribution of rice seeds and food to 11,528 flooded-affected families in Battambang province on Monday morning, the Prime Minister said that Cambodia is currently in a period of peace. The Prime Minister has called on the people to work together to protect the peace at all costs. To ensure peace, he called on the people to vote for the Cambodian People's Party. During his speech, the Prime Minister also called on the citizens to continue fighting against COVID-19, even though Cambodia continues to report no new cases because the pandemic is still not completely gone from our lives. He urged people to continue implementing the government's recommended health measures such as mask wearing, regular hand washing, social distancing and getting COVID-19 vaccine. These measures, he said, will not only prevent the transmission of COVID-19 but also infectious diseases. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
Prime Minister Hun Sen has said that so far more than 7,000 tons of rice seeds have been distributed to flood victims in Cambodia. He also encouraged citizens to be strong and to not give up in such times of extreme difficulty. EAC News reporter Dekanin has more details.
Speaking at the distribution of rice seeds and food to more than 10,000 families in Battambang province on Monday morning, the Prime Minister said that so far, 20 out of 25 provinces in Cambodia have been affected by floods. Heavy rain has caused severe damage to crops in certain parts of the country, leading the government to distribute seeds to members of the public who have the ability to restore the destroyed crops.
ថ្ងៃនេះយើងបានដោះស្រាយត្រឹមតែស្រូវពូជសម្រាប់ជាង 10000 គ្រួសារហើយការដោះស្រាយស្រូវពូជនេះគឺដោះស្រាយចំពោះតែអ្នកដែលមានលទ្ធភាពអាចស្ដារឡើងវិញមានប្រភពទឹកអាចស្ដារឡើងវិញ
He added that the government is also distributing a variety of crop seeds to allow citizens to cultivate them and help reduce some of the hardships they are facing from the floods. The Prime Minister of Cambodia encouraged people affected by the floods to not give up and to be brave and to try and find solutions to the problem they are facing. According to a report from the Disaster Management Committee, floods in 2022 have affected 22 provinces in Cambodia, including 96 districts, 151,412 hectares of rice fields, and 41,024 hectares of other crops. Lekanin, EAC News.
Prime Minister Hun Sen has reminded the Minister of Agriculture, Diktina, to find a way to produce local rice seeds in the context of needing to distribute seeds and food to flood-affected victims in Cambodia. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
Speaking at the distribution of rice seeds and food to more than 10,000 families in Battambang province on Monday morning, Prime Minister Hun Sen stated that the local production of rice seeds would help ensure a steady supply of rice seeds by regional in the coming days.
ដោយចាប់ផ្ដើមពីការកំណត់ពួយប្រាំរបស់រដ្ឋដែលត្រូវការប្រមូលទិញផងហើយអាចនឹងប្រជាពលរដ្ឋរបស់យើងក៏ទិញពូជសុទ្ធឬក៏យកស្រូវរបស់យើងទៅដូរជាមួយស្រូវពូជដែលសុទ្ធ
At the same time, the Prime Minister also urged the private sector to participate in helping farmers and prepare other ways to help solve this problem, saying the locally produced rice seeds can be both distributed in state and the private sector. The Prime Minister stressed that the use of the pure rice seeds will increase rice yields and also change mindsets.
ចាប់តាំងពីខ្ញុំធ្វើនាយករដ្ឋមន្ត្រីនៅឆ្នាំ1985ខ្ញុំបានធ្វើកិច្ចការដែលសំខាន់ជាងគេគឺធ្វើយ៉ាងម៉េចឲ្យប្រជាពលរដ្ឋយើងបានផ្លាស់ប្ដូរឥរិយាបថ
According to a report from the Disaster Management Committee, floods in 2022 have affected 22 provinces in Cambodia, including 96 districts, 151,412 hectares of rice fields, and 41,024 hectares of other crops. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
The Minister of Agriculture sent the Director General of Agriculture, Nun Chai, to Battambang province to find out about the problems farmers there are facing so that the ministry can help form solutions. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
Director General Ning Chai's visit took place on Sunday in Onlong Lon Commune, Tmokul District, Battambang Province. Residents informed him that red snails feeding on rice crops, flooding and some technical farming inaccuracies and some of the problems was faced regularly. Rice farmer Sung Chung Leng said that the recent years his crops have been less productive. Floods have also repeatedly damaged his rice fields. He asked the government to consider a new drainage system because there is already an irrigation system in Ulonglon commune that flows out of Kamping Poi Saddam, which sometimes causes flooding in the rice fields. He said that these problems have negatively impacted his crops. In regard to the request for the water release system, the Director General of Agriculture from the Ministry of Agriculture, Ning Chai, stated that he would urge officials from his department and the community to contact the Department of Water Resources to organise the restoration of the drainage system. He also advised farmers to reduce the use of fertiliser that does not suit the rice crops and use the pesticides that can affect animals in the field. He urged farmers to think about the benefits of reducing agricultural fertiliser, as using too much is costly, and if the farmers compare what they harvest and make and how much they pay for the fertiliser, it is apparent that they do not make much profit. It should be noted that this inspection was conducted by Director General Ning Chai of Battambang Province because Prime Minister Hun Sen also distributed rice seeds to the farmers that were about 11,528 families who were affected by the floods. Recent floods in Battambang province caused a heavy rain that affected 14 districts and a total of 29,384 families, of which a total of 1,051 families were evacuated. A total of 29,384 houses have been affected by flooding, while 32 houses, 76 schools, 6 heater centres, 19 pagodas and 4 public administration buildings were damaged as well. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
On the morning of Monday, 24th October, the people of Battambang province expressed their happiness and thanks to Prime Minister Hun Sen for providing food donations and seeds to help them rehabilitate their livelihoods after floods left their crop fields devastated. EAC News reporter Dekanin has the story.
Nopthiri, a resident of Kok Village, Ampel Pramdang Commune, Bawal District, Battambang Province, said that the area where she lived was severely affected by recent flooding, which caused her rice crops to become almost completely submerged in water. However, on this day, she expressed her happiness and thanks to the Prime Minister for providing donations and seeds to the people who survived the floods. "62-year-old Soy Put, a farmer also from Bawal District, said that for more than a month now, 3 out of 5 hectares of his rice fields have been affected by floods and almost completely damaged. However, he said that the donations and rice seeds received from the Prime Minister will help to lessen the suffering of people like him who were badly affected by the floods. He expressed his thanks to the royal government of Cambodia for the attention given to his community. Soy Put added that he would quickly sow the received rice seeds because they are hydrated, and he expects it to take around 3 months or more to fully harvest the rice. 42-year-old Hing, also from Bawal District, shared that she had more than 10 hectares of rice and potato fields completely damaged by floods, but not only in this year. She said that she had suffered against flooding for 3 years now. However, with the newly received rice seed, she said she felt happy and would sow them as soon as the water level has receded. Another resident of Bawal District, 58-year-old Chum Jun, said that most of the people affected by the floods and who had severe damage done to their rice fields were locals to the area. He added that even though his fields have been impacted, he will still continue to try farming in the area. Nopthiri also similarly said she would not give up even though the floods had inundated her fields for some time and caused her much hardship. These farmers have all expressed their happiness and thanks to Prime Minister Hun Sen for the donations and rice seeds that were given to them. While most mentioned facing similar hardships during the floods, including ruined crops and financial problems, all these citizens will continue to stand strong and said that they will not give up farming. Speaking at the distribution of rice seeds and food to more than 10,000 families in Battambang province on Monday morning, the Prime Minister said that so far, 20 out of 25 provinces in Cambodia have been affected by floods. However, the Prime Minister continues to encourage the people affected by the floods not to give up and to try and find solutions to the problems and many difficulties they are facing, while the government also continues to actively look for solutions to these problems. The Prime Minister has urged the Minister of Agriculture, Latina, to find ways to produce local rice seeds and encourage the private sector to participate in organizing farmers and prepare potential solutions to ongoing agricultural problems. After receiving an order from the Prime Minister, the Minister of Agriculture, Latina, sent the Director General of Agriculture, Ngan Chai, to Battambang province to find out about the problems farmers are facing so that the ministry can help form solutions. Recent floods in Battambang province caused by heavy rain have affected 14 districts and a total of 29,384 families, of which a total of 1,051 families were evacuated. A total of 29,384 houses have been affected by flooding, while 32 houses, 76 schools, 6 health centers, 19 pagodas, and 4 public administration buildings were damaged as well. Dekanin, EAC News.
The Senate and the National Assembly of Cambodia have jointly condemned opposition leader Sam Rainsy for comments he made insulting the King of Cambodia. In a statement jointly released by the Senate and the National Assembly of Cambodia, both entities said they consider Sam Rainsy's comments to be the most serious crime in violation of the Constitution of Cambodia, which states that the king cannot be violated by anyone. The Senate and the National Assembly have called on the competent institutions and authorities to take the strictest legal action against Sam Rainsy in accordance with the Constitution and the laws in force. The Senate and the National Assembly further expressed their full support for the campaign announced by Prime Minister Hun Sen to eradicate Sam Rainsy's so-called extremist ideology, stemming from 3 generations of traitors, in order to maintain the peace and social stability of Cambodia in all circumstances. At the same time, the Senate and the National Assembly have expressed a determination to continue marching with the king and defending the constitution, to protect the royal government, the throne, and especially the king from being violated. On Monday afternoon, the Ministry of Justice issued a statement condemning Sam Rainsy for insulting the King of Cambodia. The ministry has called for legal action to be taken against the opposition leader. EAC News reporter Dekanin has more details.
The Ministry of Justice stated that it considers Sam Rainsy's insult to the king to be the most serious act of treason against the king and former king of Cambodia, as well as an entire nation. The ministry has called on the authorities to take legal action against Sam Rainsy and other factions who dare to make such serious insults that no one throughout the kingdom should tolerate. The statement from the ministry read, "All of us, the Cambodian people, solemnly declare that we will continue to honor, support, and march with the King of Cambodia, the supreme, patriotic, and revered figure. This is the highest deed for all of us, the Cambodian people." The minister attached to the Prime Minister and head of the Information and Quick Reaction Unit of the Office of the Council of Ministers, Svaisitha, has also condemned opposition leader Sam Rainsy for stating that the King of Cambodia has not even a little bit of national conscience, and for accusing the king of signing a decree that cuts off foreign territory. Svaisitha said that he, as a Cambodian citizen, could not accept the repeated insults of these 3 generations of traitors, and such actions should not be tolerated. Many other government officials have also condemned Sam Rainsy for his latest actions. Dekanin, EAC News.
If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of our platforms and channels. The EAC News app, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eacnews.asia. Join me and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favourite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
Four traffic officers stationed at the Tonle Basak traffic light on Mao Zedong Boulevard have been demoted and suspended from their jobs for 3 months by the Phnom Penh Police Commissariat for finding drivers without fault and for failing to issue tickets. These traffic officers have been suspended also as a warning against this type of behavior from other officers. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
The suspension came after a video clip circulated online showing 4 traffic officers stopping a car and ordering the driver to pay a fine without being at fault. According to Phnom Penh Municipal Police, after they gained knowledge of the video clip, the 4 traffic officers were summoned to the office for questioning, where they confessed and admitted to wrongdoings. The Phnom Penh Municipal Police confirmed that with other order and approval of His Excellency and the Disciplinary Commissioner of the Office of the Personnel, it was decided that these 4 officers will be suspended for 3 months from working on the road and from appearing at the staff office. Additionally, officials who have made such mistakes are demoted to a lower level as a warning against this type of behaviour. The incident that brought this traffic police misdemeanour to light occurred on the 21st of October 2022 at around 9:15 a.m. near the Tonle Basak traffic lights along Mao Zedong Boulevard. The 4 traffic police stationed there legally fined the silver Isuzu, even though the driver had not violated any traffic laws and was driving in the green light with video evidence. The next day, on the morning of the 22nd of October 2022, a voice message was leaked within Lieutenant Colonel Prum Chandara's using Lieutenant Touch Ponton's Facebook account, sent a message to the wrong-fined car owner requesting them to delete the video posted on the social media along with the cash transfer of the amount fined. However, the car owner refused to do so. Previously, on the 15th of October 2022, authorities also summoned the traffic officer who had used inappropriate words and gestures towards citizens on the road in order to re-educate discipline and suspend this officer from their post. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
The Ministry of Public Works and Transport chaired a working committee meeting with China Bridge and Road Corporation on Monday to accelerate the implementation of the expressway infrastructure project connecting Phnom Penh to Bavet City in Svay Rieng Province. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
During the meeting, the framework agreement between the Ministry of China Road and the Bridge Corporation was reviewed and discussed, with a push for the completing of the private-public partnership agreements and soon possible so the Phnom Penh Bavet Expressway project can begin construction as scheduled. The Minister of Public Works Senior Minister Sun Chanchol previously confirmed during the inspection of the Phnom Penh Setnaville Expressway on the 21st of September 2022, the Phnom Penh Bavet Expressway project is expected to begin construction in the mid-2023. According to the Senior Minister of Ministry of Public Works, has signed a memorandum of understanding with the China Road and Bridge Corporation and is ready to sign a framework agreement soon by the end of 2022 to prepare the beginning of the construction in the mid-2023. The Senior Minister explained that the Ministry of Public Works was previously engaged with the China Railway International Group Co. Limited, asking the company to study an undertaking of the project for many years, but no progress was made. However, now the Ministry of Public Works is working on a collaboration with China Road and Bridge Corporation to study the construction technology required for the Phnom Penh Bavet Expressway. The same company also conducted this study for the construction of the Phnom Penh Setnaville Expressway. The ministry plans to spend more than $2 billion on the construction of the new 135-kilometre Phnom Penh Bavet Expressway, which will pass through the provinces of Kandal, Prey Veng, Svay and will benefit citizens by expanding trade and transportation between Cambodia and neighbouring countries. In addition to the Phnom Penh Brevet Expressway project, the Ministry of Public Works is also working on a number of other projects, including a subway project from Phnom Penh, a project to mobilise existing railways into high-speed railways, and a project to expand water transport on the Bassac River. Cambodia recently launched a trial period of the new 187-kilometre Phnom Penh to Setnaville Expressway on the 1st of October. The expressway will be free to use until the 31st of October and will cost more than $2 billion to construct. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
Prime Minister Hun Sen has told the leaders of the Candlelight Party to come forward and clarify their positions and opinions of Sam Raisy's statement insulting the King of Cambodia. During a meeting with more than 3,000 flood victims in Kampong Chhnang province on Wednesday morning, the Prime Minister called out the leaders of the Candlelight Party, Theo Vanol, Son Chai, and Takseta, asking them to come forward and confirm whether they think Sam Raisy's words insulting the king are appropriate or inappropriate.
ខ្ញុំសូមបញ្ជាក់ថារឿងនេះមិនមែនជារឿងតូចតាចហើយគឺជារឿងលេងសើចនោះទេសមាជិកនៃគណៈបកភ្លើងទៀនគួរតែត្រូវផ្ដាច់ខ្លួនឲ្យបានស្រូតបំផុតតាមដែលធ្វើទៅបានដើម្បីជៀសវាងនៅបញ្ហាណាមួយកើតឡើង
In his speech, Prime Minister Hun Sen also encouraged all commune councillors from the Candlelight Party to declare their position on the comments made by Sam Rainsy, guaranteeing they would not face repercussions. He said stating an opinion on Sam Rainsy's statement is the right of all members, so the Prime Minister ensured that even if the Commune Sangkat councillors from the Candlelight Party were to resign, the Ministry of Interior would not sign to remove them from the Commune Council.
ហើយខ្ញុំសូមធានាថាគ្មានការដោះដូរណាមួយអាចធ្វើទៅរួចទេបើរដ្ឋមន្ត្រីមហាផ្ទៃសខេកមិនព្រមដោះដូរអានោះវាជារឿងពិតព្រោះនេះគឺជាសិទ្ធិដើម្បីការពារព្រះមហាក្សត្ររឿងអីដែលណែទៅប្រនោះអញ្ចឹងទេបញ្ហាដោះដូរបានមិនមែនគ្រាន់តែអ្នកឯងដេញចេញពីបកទេគឺបញ្ហាស្ថិតនៅត្រង់ថាសម្ដេចកលាហោមសខេងគឺចុះហត្ថលេខាឲ្យដូរឬអត់
The results of the fifth mandate Commune Sangkat Council election in June showed that the Candlelight Party won over 2,000 Commune Sangkat Council seats. Opposition leader Sam Rainsy recently made comments insulting the king, saying that the King of Cambodia has no national conscience, and further accused the king of signing a decree that cut off land to foreigners. The former opposition leader's comments have been met with widespread condemnation from the royal government and all ministries and institutions. Prime Minister Hun Sen has shown signs that the Candlelight Party may be forced to dissolve if the party does not clearly take a stand against Sam Rainsy's insults to the king and cut all ties with him. The Prime Minister remarked on this matter during a meeting with flood victims in Kampong Chhnang province on Wednesday morning. EAC News reporter Dekka Nin has the story.
For the first time, Prime Minister Hun Sen directly mentioned the name of the Candlelight Party in connection to Sam Rainsy, where in previous days he had only alluded to a party that still maintains its ties with the opposition leader. The Prime Minister announced that he knows this party and this individual are still connected and said that he had also learned of a planned meeting between Sam Rainsy and representatives of the Candlelight Party.
ហើយខ្ញុំក៏សូមជម្រាបជូនអាដាមថៃសិដ្ឋាអាដាមសុនឆៃអាដាមទាវណ្ណលថាខ្សែអាចទាំងប៉ុន្មានបានស្ថិតនៅដៃរបស់ខ្ញុំរួចស្រេចទៅហើយជាពិសេសការប្រជុំតាមអនឡាញដែលមានអនប្រជុំនៅអាមេរិកមានការប្រជុំនៅពីនៅបារាំងអាមេរិកហើយនឹងអ្នកនៅស្រុកខ្មែរឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំដឹងអស់លោកទៀតថាអស់លោកកំពុងតែមានការសង្ស័យទៅលើឈ្មោះតុបវ៉ាន់ច័ន្ទដែលជាអតីតតំណាងរាស្ត្រថាជាអ្នកថតសម្លេងអស់លោកសង្ស័យគ្នាក៏សង្ស័យទៅរឿងរបស់អស់លោកទី
The Prime Minister reiterated the law on political parties, which states that political parties are not allowed to have any contact with prisoners of the country.
ដូច្នេះអ្វីដែលណែឯងគួរធ្វើត្រូវតែបញ្ជាក់ឲ្យបានច្បាស់តើការអះអាងរបស់សំរងស៊ីថាព្រះមហាក្សត្រអត់មានមនសិការស្នេហាជាតិអត់មានហើយមានការក្បត់ជាតិ ហើយដល់កាលពីឆ្នាំកន្លងទៅតែងតែប្រមាថបបាតព្រះមហាក្សត្រត្រឹមត្រូវឬមិនត្រឹមត្រូវចំណុចនេះខ្ញុំចង់បាននៅការគណនាមួយពីសំណាក់អស់លោកហើយអស់លោកមិនត្រូវភ្លេចថានេះមិនមែនគុំនិយាយថាជាការគម្រាមកំហែងប៉ុន្តែអស់លោកត្រូវដឹងថាខ្ញុំជារាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលខ្ញុំត្រូវមានលទ្ធភាពគ្រប់គ្រាន់ដើម្បីការពារព្រះមហាក្សត្រការពាររាជានិយមការពាររាជបល្ល័ង្កខ្ញុំមិនអាចឲ្យអ្នកបំពានបានទេ
The strong reaction from Prime Minister Hun Sen comes after Sam Rainsy, the former president of the Sam Rainsy party, which then later reformed into the Candlelight Party, recently made comments insulting the king of Cambodia. In a video clip, Sam Rainsy stated that the former opposition leader's comments have been met with widespread condemnation from the royal government and all ministries and institutions. Lekanin, EAC News.
The Minister of Justice has ordered the prosecutor of the Phnom Penh Municipal Court to take strict legal action against Sam Rainsy for the comment he made insulting the king. A letter sent by the ministry to the Phnom Penh Municipal Court on Tuesday states that Sam Rainsy insulted His Majesty the King of Cambodia in a recently posted video on Facebook. Sam Rainsy states that the king has no national conscience and also accuses the king of treason for allegedly signing a royal decree to hand over land to foreigners. The letter states that the remarks made by Sam Rainsy, which were made public on social media, were an insult to the king and undermine the dignity and reputation of the king, who is revered by people throughout Cambodia. The Minister of Justice, Kautrat, stated that this act was a violation of Article 7 of the Constitution of the Kingdom of Cambodia, which states that no one can violate the king, and those who do so shall be punished by the law stipulated in Article 437 of the Law on the Amendment of the Penal Code. The Justice Minister has ordered the prosecutor of the Phnom Penh Municipal Court, Srung Khmao, to take immediate and strict legal action against Sam Rainsy according to the legal procedures in place. The Cambodian Human Rights Committee also similarly condemned Sam Rainsy for his comments and called on authorities to take the strictest legal action against the opposition leader and any parties that are affiliated with him. Along with Article 7 of the Constitution and Article 437 of the Law on the Amendment of the Penal Code, the CHRC also state Article 31 of the Constitution, which states that the exercise of personal rights and freedoms of individuals must not affect the rights and freedoms of others, as grounds to take legal action against Sam Rainsy. The Secretary of State of the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation and Secretary General of Disability Action Council, M. Chan Makara, has called on citizens to increase their awareness of the disability sector in Cambodia and to work together to prevent any form of violence against women and children with disabilities in Cambodia. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
Speaking at the opening ceremony of the training course on negotiation skills and basic knowledge related to gender disability for women with disabilities on Wednesday morning at the Sunway Hotel in Phnom Penh, Secretary of State M. Chan Makara said that the women and girls with disabilities around the world experience greater poverty, suffering, stigma discrimination, and violence in many forms compared to men without and women without disabilities. He said that the world is currently going through two major crises, the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing crisis of climate change, both of which are known to disproportionately affect women. However, he said that since the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic in Cambodia, the royal government has put in place a highly effective response plan to provide emergency assistance to purchase medical equipment and supplies to support the people. This includes the urgent purchase of rapid test kits, a widespread COVID-19 vaccine rollout, a broadening of COVID-19 treatment, and ensuring that there are public health management systems in place for all to access, especially pregnant women, women and girls with disabilities and the elderly. The Secretary of State added that the Royal Government of Cambodia has also implemented a cash subsidy program for pregnant women, children under 2 years old, and women with disabilities since June 2019. Additionally, another program providing cash assistance to the poor and vulnerable families during the COVID-19 pandemic began in June 2020 and has now lasted for 2 years and 4 months. Additionally, the Ministry of Social Affairs, the Ministry of Women Affairs, and other relevant institutions have also pioneered new paths and sought more opportunities for women and girls with disabilities in Cambodia by creating skilled employment opportunities for women, facilitating entrepreneurship opportunities, or providing finances and training to help expand their businesses. Secretary of State M. Chan Makara stressed that the Royal Government of Cambodia has paid close attention to the rights of the persons with disabilities by launching a National Disability Strategic Plan 2019 and 2023, which focuses primarily on gender issues and ending violence against women and girls with disabilities. He said persons with disabilities are further protected by the disability law, which means that when persons with disabilities are violated, the perpetrators will be punished according to the law and receive a more aggravated punishment based on this law. He added that the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation, as well as the General Secretary of the Disability Action Council, is strongly committed to ensuring that all women and girls, especially women and girls with disabilities, have equal rights, opportunities and protection, and also encouraged to have their voices be included in the decision-making process. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
A Chinese man has posted a video of a pod of dolphins emerging in the ocean around Koh Rong Island in Sihanoukville province. These oceanic dolphins are not typically sighted in Cambodia, which is much more well known for its river dolphins in the Mekong. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more details.
The video of the rare dolphin sighting was posted on Lu Xiaoxing Facebook page in Chinese and was shared by a Koh Rong diving TikTok account as well. As the Chinese man boarded the boat off the coast of Koh Rong, he caught a glimpse of a dolphin jumping out of the water. In the video, the man can be seen expressing his excitement as a pod of dolphins swim under and around his boat. The Chinese man confirmed that he has lived in Koh Rong for 3 years and has encountered these oceanic dolphins several times. I have met dolphins many times and I see that everyone likes them, so I share this with everyone. I hope we can protect the environment together and let more dolphins live in the beautiful oceans of Cambodia, wrote the Chinese man on his Facebook page. Immediately after this video was posted and circulated widely online, many people expressed their happiness to see this rare dolphin sighting in Cambodian waters. The mayor of Koh Rong, Nun Bentol, confirmed that he and some tourists have spotted these dolphins in Cambodian waters before. He said, "Cambodia indeed has dolphins in the sea. I've seen it many times, but I normally see small dolphins." The Koh Rong mayor also confirmed that these dolphins are rare sighted in Cambodian waters and said that these species of dolphins typically live in the middle of the deep sea. He added that the authorities have called on the fishermen and the tourists not to touch or catch the dolphins and to insist working together and care for the preserve of the presence of the ocean species in Cambodia. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
Miss Grand Cambodia 2022 has made history by entering the top 10 finalists of the Miss Grand International Beauty Pageant held in Indonesia this year on Tuesday night. EAC News reporter Dekanin has more.
This is the first time that Cambodia has been represented in the top 10 finalists of Miss Grand International. As a top 10 finalist, Pekvatay Saravadi delivered a speech on the theme Stop the War and Violence, where she spoke 4 languages, English, Khmer, Indonesian, and Thai. She says she is hurt when she sees cases of abuse and violence and wants the world to have love, peace, and no violence, and she wants to help bring her voice to these issues. The top 10 finalists for Miss Grand International 2022 were Cambodia, Mauritius, Czech Republic, Puerto Rico, Thailand, Spain, Indonesia, Brazil, Colombia, and Venezuela. Following further judging, Brazil, Indonesia, Thailand, Czech Republic, and Venezuela were chosen as the top 5 finalists. Miss Grand Cambodia finished the pageant as the 5th runner-up. Miss Grand Brazil, Isabella Menin, ultimately won this year's crown. Dekanin, EAC News.
Prime Minister Hun Sen has said that if nothing changes, he will be holding a meeting with the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, over the phone in the next few days. In a post made on his official Facebook page on Thursday, the Prime Minister said that after the first phase of the government's flood relief mission ends, he will review a number of internal affairs documents and will also be engaged in a number of foreign affairs related to the ASEAN Summit, the G20 Summit, and the APEC Summit. The Prime Minister added that he will also speak with President Zelensky over the phone. The Prime Minister wrote, "If there is no change in circumstances and the timing of the ongoing diplomatic arrangements, I will meet with the President of Ukraine over telephone in the coming days." It is unknown at this time what the Prime Minister will discuss with President Zelensky. This is the first time that Prime Minister Hun Sen will meet with the President of Ukraine since Russia's 24th February invasion. Cambodia has been a staunch opponent of Russian aggression, voting against the invasion and demanding that Russia withdraw its troops from Ukraine. However, Cambodia has also expressed that it does not support sanctions placed against Russia, as these sanctions cause widespread losses to all. The Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries has officially announced that exports of longan to the Chinese market will finally begin by the end of October. These exports are expected to help increase people's incomes and also promote agricultural development and economic growth in Cambodia. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Speaking at the launch ceremony of Cambodia's longan exports to China on Thursday, the Minister of Agriculture, Det Tina, said that beginning of official report, longan to China is the third major export achievement Cambodia has made after China has also approved the export of trout and corn this year. He said that the results achieved from the efforts to ensure quality and safety, as well as open potential new markets for Cambodian agricultural products. It is aimed to improving the local incomes and the livelihoods of longan farmers and promoting agricultural development and economic growth in Cambodia. He said, before deciding to officially launch the export to longan to China, the Cambodian and Chinese sides worked together for 3 years to check the conditions, requirements and hygiene levels, inspect the market and also officially register longan plantations and packaging factories. Chinese ambassador to Cambodia, Wang Wenqing, spoke at an inauguration ceremony and said that this is another important achievement made in China-Cambodia Agriculture Corporation, which will bring benefits to the people of both countries and will also promote further development and friendly relations between China and Cambodia. The Chinese ambassador added that from 2019 until the end of June 2022, Cambodia exported a total of 2.4 million tonnes of agricultural products to China with a total export value of $1.9 billion. These exports include bananas, mangoes, fish, corn and lentils. Ambassador Wang Wenqing said that believes that more than high-quality Cambodian agricultural products will be exported to China in the coming years, taking the agriculture cooperation between China and Cambodia to a new level, which greatly helped the development of local community. At present, 74 longan plantations and 8 packaging factories in Cambodia have been officially recognised by China and are allowed to export to the Chinese market. Of the 74 plantations, 40 are located in Pailin, 28 in Battambang, and 6 in Banten Menchai. Among the 8 packaging factories, 1 located in Kandal, 3 are in Battambang, 2 in Pailin, and 2 in Setnaville. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
The Candlelight Party has denied allegations of its ties with Sam Rainsy and has also condemned anyone who insults the King of Cambodia without stating any names. EAC News reporter Dekanin has the details.
In a statement issued on Thursday, the Candlelight Party said it condemns all those who intentionally insult or violate the king and the monarchy, which are protected by the Constitution of the Kingdom of Cambodia. In the same statement, the party declared that no one person or any party has control over the party's work and decision-making. This announcement from the Candlelight Party comes after Prime Minister Hun Sen on Wednesday asked the party leaders Devan Nol, Son Chai, and Taksatha to clarify their position on the insulting statement made by the exiled opposition leader about the king. The Prime Minister hinted that the Candlelight Party may be dissolved if it continues to maintain inner ties with Sam Rainsy. He reiterated the law on political parties, which states that all parties are prohibited from having any contact with individuals who are considered prisoners of the country.
ដូច្នេះអ្វីដែលណែឯងគួរធ្វើត្រូវតែបញ្ជាក់ឲ្យបានច្បាស់តើការអះអាងរបស់សំរងស៊ីថាព្រះមហាក្សត្រអត់មានមនសិការស្នេហាជាតិអត់មាន ហើយមានការក្បត់ជាតិហើយដល់កាលពីឆ្នាំកន្លងទៅតែងតែប្រមាថបបាតព្រះមហាក្សត្រត្រឹមត្រូវឬមិនត្រឹមត្រូវចំណុចនេះខ្ញុំចង់បាននៅការធានាមួយពីសំណាក់អស់លោកហើយអស់លោកមិនត្រូវភ្លេចថានេះមិនមែនគុំនិយាយថាជាការគម្រាមកំហែងប៉ុន្តែអស់លោកត្រូវដឹងថាខ្ញុំជារាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលខ្ញុំត្រូវមានលទ្ធភាពគ្រប់គ្រាន់ដើម្បីការពារព្រះមហាក្សត្រការពាររាជានិយមការពាររាជបល្ល័ង្កខ្ញុំមិនអាចឲ្យអ្នកបំពានបានទេ
Sam Rainsy, who currently resides in France, is the former president of the Sam Rainsy Party, which later merged with the Human Rights Party to form the Cambodian National Rescue Party and then later reformed into the Candlelight Party. In a video clip that was recently shared online, the exiled opposition leader makes comments insulting the King of Cambodia, stating that the king has no national conscience, and further accusing the king of having signed a royal decree to hand over Cambodian land to foreigners. The former opposition leader's comments have been met with widespread condemnation from the royal government and all ministries and institutions. Lekanin, EAC News.
Cambodia has found what appears to be dinosaur fossils in Kokkang province. The fossils were first discovered in March 2021 by the Ministry of Environment's archaeological team on Koh Pua, next to the Tatai Wildlife Sanctuary in Baklong Commune, Mondol Sema district of Kokkang province. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
The Director of Office of Heritage Area Department of the General Department of Local Communities, Lim Van Chang, has told EAC News that experts initially concluded that the found fossils are part of the dinosaur's 3-metre-long left leg bone. He confirmed that the fossils were found accidentally in a sandstone layer below Koh Pua and measured 70 centimetres in length and 20 centimetres width. While the fossils are not yet confirmed to be that of a dinosaurs, the archaeological team has studied the sandstone layer and identified that they likely date back 65 to 190 million years.
ដែលយើងឃើញហ្នឹងគឺអាយុវាចាស់ជាង65លានឆ្នាំណាពេលវេលារបស់វាខុសគ្នាចាអញ្ចឹងការដែលយើងសិក្សាស្រាវជ្រាវផ្នែក fossil នេះគឺយើងពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅសិក្សាទៅលើថ្មហើយនឹងដីដែរបូកផ្សំជាមួយនឹងគេហៅថាជីវៈចម្រុះយើងរកឃើញនៅលើកោះប៉ុន្តែកោះហ្នឹងវាជាភ្នំគាត់ថាវាជាប់នឹងមាត់សមុទ្រដៃសមុទ្រណាការសិក្សាស្រាវជ្រាវផ្នែក fossil យើងពិនិត្យទៅលើសន្តានដីរបស់វាកោះប៉ោគឺជាផ្នែកមួយភ្ជាប់ជាមួយទៅនឹងភ្នំកវាញក្នុងតំបន់កវាញហ្នឹងអាយុជាទូទៅគឺចន្លោះ65លានទៅ100លានឆ្នាំជាងគឺជាផ្នែកថ្មដែលសម្បូរជាងគេនៅក្នុងហ្នឹងណាចាបាទអញ្ចឹងអាហ្នឹងគឺជាភាពទូទៅអញ្ចឹងហើយយើងពិនិត្យមើលថាតើអ្វីដែលយើងរកឃើញហ្នឹងវាចូលក្នុងភាពទូទៅឬមួយនៅក្នុងលក្ខខណ្ឌអីមួយផ្សេងទីតាំងដែលយើងឃើញហ្នឹងវាស្ថិតនៅក្នុងគេហៅថាថ្មភក់ហ្នឹងគឺវាដូចថ្មនៅកូឡែនដូចថ្មនៅអង្គរដូចអីចឹងក្នុងប្រភេទពួកហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងលក្ខណៈទូទៅរបស់ពុកគុកកសាសនៃតំបន់កវាញហ្នឹងគឺថ្មភក់ហ្នឹងឯងទិន្នន័យដែលយើងភ្ជាប់វាហ្នឹងគឺវាទីគ្នាជាមួយទៅនឹងទិន្នន័យដែលគេជាលក្ខណៈទូទៅអញ្ចឹងវាមានការបែកឆែកមួយទូទៅហើយគឺចន្លោះពី
Lim Van Chan further clarified that the experts will dig up some stone containing the fossil and will transfer it to the Ministry of Environment for further research. He added that November, French and Swiss fossil researchers are expected to come to Cambodia to study the fossils and determine the exact age of the species of the dinosaur. He said it would take at least another year to complete the study of fossils. He said, "We took the fossils out of the rocks. We did not take out just the bones, so it took us months to dig out the bones for further study. Once the exact history of the found fossils is studied and unveiled, the Ministry of Environment will plan to display it at the National Museum." Additionally, Lim Van Chan said that more experts will continue to search and excavate around the same location in Koh Pua to see if more dinosaur fossils can be found.
អាចមានប៉ុន្តែវាគ្រាន់ថាវាស្ថិតនៅក្នុងសតវប្រមាណ30ម៉ែត្រក្រោមព្រំនោះចឹងវាមិនជាការងាយស្រួលទេវាជាការចៃដន្យដែលវាបែកពីចេញចំណាចានៅចុងឆ្នាំនេះគឺយើងក្រុងបែក5ម៉ែត្រ4ជ្រុងចាមានន័យថាយើងមិនមែនទៅដល់យើងដកយ៉ាងហ្នឹងទេគឺយើងនឹងបើកជុំវិញហ្នឹងថាតើវាអាចមានផ្សេងទៀតអត់
For Lim Van Chen, the discovery of the first dinosaur fossils in Cambodia is an opportunity for researchers and scholars to explore and better understand fossils from around the world. He said that the mission to find art fossils in Cambodia began in 2019, and since then, archaeologists have found numerous fossils in 43 different fossil stations, including marine fossils, tree fossils, potential dinosaur fossils, and more. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
French pharmaceutical company Weekly Roundup Laboratory has donated 10 different types of medicine to the Cambodian Red Cross in order to distribute to health centers in remote provinces. The donation was made at the Cambodian Red Cross head office on Wednesday. EAC News reporter Decca Nin has more.
The Secretary General of the Cambodian Red Cross, Pom Chantini, representing the organization's President First Lady Burani Hun Sen, thanked the President of Weekly Roundup Laboratory, Patrick Choe, for donating this medicine to the Cambodian Red Cross. She said that the Cambodian Red Cross will distribute the donated medicine to health centers in remote provinces, which will help to treat many who are in need. Weekly Roundup Laboratory President Patrick Choe expressed his appreciation of the humanitarian work done by the Cambodian Red Cross, which he said has helped to alleviate the hardships of the most vulnerable people in Cambodia. Weekly Roundup is a French pharmaceutical company that specializes in the production of dry form pills, producing more than 12 billion tablets per year and exporting to more than 30 countries around the world. Dekanin, EAC News.
The Phnom Penh Municipal Police have arrested 5 suspects in connection to the theft of several license plates, along with forged tax return documents found for several vehicles. The police state that one of the 5 suspects was a car dealer. Several items were seized, including 2 cars, several license plates and vehicle inspection certificates, and 124 semi-finished vouchers.
If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of our platforms and channels. The EAC News app, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eacnews.asia. Join me and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favourite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
The royal government of Cambodia plans to spend over 39.2 million real in 2023, which is equivalent to more than $9.8 billion. This indicates a 13% increase in the national budget compared to 2022, where more than $5.7 billion was planned to be spent on civil servant salaries and more than $4 billion was allocated for investment and debt repayment. According to the summary of the draft law on finance for management in 2023, which was approved on Friday morning by the Council of Ministers, nearly $10 billion will be spent on four main areas: administration, general defense, security and public order, social affairs, and economic activity. In 2023, the Ministry of Education will still receive the largest amount of the state budget, with nearly $1 billion. The Ministry of Health will receive a budget of more than $700 million, followed by the Ministry of Defense with nearly $700 million, similar to what the Ministry of Public Works will receive as well, while the Ministry of Interior will receive more than $560 million, and the Ministry of Social Affairs will receive more than $367 million. According to the Ministry of Economy, the budget for 2023 has been decided upon with the highest consideration for the restoration and stimulation of economic growth in Cambodia to place the country on a firm path of high growth and revitalization from the COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, 2023 will also feature a number of priority policies, which includes raising salaries for civil servants, retirees, and persons with disabilities, continuing the provision of cash subsidies for poor and vulnerable families, mitigating inflationary risks, and working towards overall economic recovery. In addition, the 2023 national budget will also cover the implementation of the Labor Cash Support Program, a vocational training intervention program, and the Runta Ike Development Project and budget for the EDC. The national budget will especially focus on ensuring the success of the 2023 general election, as well as a successful 2023 Southeast Asian Games and ASEAN Para Games, which Cambodia will be hosting for the first time. The Secretary of State of the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation and Secretary General of Disability Action Council, M. Chan Makara, has thanked the government and people of Australia for supporting the Royal Government of Cambodia in promoting the disability sector through the Handicap International Project. Speaking at the closing ceremony of the Physical Accessibility Design Challenge competition on Friday morning at the Sunway Hotel, Secretary of State M. Chan Makara thanked the government and people of Australia for supporting the Cambodian government, specifically the General Secretariat of the Disability Action Council, which is part of the Handicap International Project through the Australia-Cambodia Cooperation Program for Equitable Services and Sustainability. The Handicap International Project aims to promote and inspire engineering and architecture students to design new physical infrastructure that is easier for persons with disabilities to use and access, and to expand knowledge on how to build and adjust existing physical infrastructure to become more accessible as well. The team leader of Access, Anne Ruve Kiev, said that for over a decade now, the government of Australia has been a long-standing partner to the Royal Government of Cambodia in advancing the rights of persons with disabilities, having provided a total of 37.5 million Australian dollars. She added that in the last 4 years, the Australia-Cambodia Cooperation for Equitable Sustainable Services has been proud to partner with government and non-governmental institutions, the private sector, and most importantly, organizations of persons with disabilities to advance disability rights in Cambodia. Secretary of State M. Chan Makara also gave mention to the Royal Government of Cambodia's National Disability Strategic Plan, which is focused on the facilitation and improvement of physical infrastructure, as well as the improvement of public transportation, means of communication, information technology systems, and services for persons with disabilities in Cambodia. The Minister of Agriculture, Dittina, has set up a working group to promote and prepare a plan for the development and production of rice seeds in Cambodia. This decision was made after receiving instructions from Prime Minister Hun Sen. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has further details.
In a decision made on Thursday, the 27th of October, Minister Dittina appointed Chanchester as the chairperson of the working group, accompanied by 13 other members who are responsible for planning and development of rice seed production in Cambodia, which will help reduce production costs for managing rice seeds throughout the stages of basic seed production, seed registration and certification. The working group will also be responsible for coordinating this work with the Rice Federation and other companies involved in the rice production sector in Cambodia, which includes studying and maintaining an inventory of the assets of the Agriculture Quality Improvement Project and studying and elevating the number of rice seeds to be supplied in the country. Speaking at the distribution of the rice seeds and food for more than 10,000 families in Battambang province on Monday the 24th of October, Prime Minister Hun Sen reminded the Minister of Agriculture, Dittina, to look into ways of producing rice seeds locally, as the local production of rice seeds ensures the security in the availability of local rice varieties in the future. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
Prime Minister Hun Sen has confirmed that he will meet with the President of Ukraine by telephone on the 1st of November. The Prime Minister said this during a meeting to distribute rice seeds and food to more than 6,000 flood-affected victims in Kampong Thom province on the morning of 29th October 2022.
គឺនៅថ្ងៃទី1 ខែវិច្ឆិកាខាងមុខនេះខ្ញុំនឹងជួបប្រធានាធិបតីអ៊ុយក្រែនពិភាក្សាគ្នាតាមទូរស័ព្ទគ្រាន់តែហេតុបញ្ហាពេលតែប៉ុណ្្នឹងទេខ្ញុំទុកឲ្យគាត់រើសដោយសារតែយើងជាមួយអ៊ុយក្រែនគឺខុសគ្នារហូតដល់4ម៉ោងអញ្ចឹងទេខ្ញុំដាក់ឬ1ម៉ោង4ល្ងាចឬ1ម៉ោង3ល្ងាចព្រោះបើម៉ោង4ល្ងាចវាត្រូវម៉ោង12ថ្ងៃត្រង់នៅនោះបើម៉ោង3ល្ងាចវាត្រូវម៉ោង11ថ្ងៃត្រង់នៅនោះអញ្ចឹងយើងអាចជួបគ្នាបានពិភាក្សាដោយសារឆ្នាំនេះយើងជាប្រធានអាស៊ានអញ្ចឹងកិច្ចការគាត់ក៏ចង់មានតំណែងគាត់ស្នើធ្វើឲ្យមានតំណែងហើយអ៊ុយក្រែនអាចមកចុះហត្ថលេខារដ្ឋមន្ត្រីការបរទេសរបស់អ៊ុយក្រែនអាចមកចុះនឹងអេស្ប៉ាញមកចុះហត្ថលេខាលើកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងណាអាស៊ានជាមួយនឹងមិត្តភាពនឹងសហព័ន្ធបាកាអាស៊ីអាគ្នេយ៍
The Prime Minister also invited the Russian President to attend the ASEAN Summit in November, but he has not yet responded.
Thank you for watching the Weekly Roundup here on EAC News Channel. For more breaking news and updates, you can check out our website, eacnews.asia, or search EAC News on Telegram, Smart TV, or at your favorite app store. More from the EAC News team on Monday night at 8 p.m. We will see you then.